So, friends, it's that time of year. It's the holiday season, which means holiday music. Ah! No, I'm not that excited for it actually. I actually really don't like holiday music, but however, in the pursuit of being a better musician and doing good music things and just, I guess, being a good person in general, I always seek to try to find something I can learn from everything that I'm exposed to make not so good situations better. And like, let's be honest, like listening to Christmas music isn't the worst of situations ever. But anyway, so I really don't like holiday music, and if you don't like something and you're overexposed to it, like I talked about in my previous video on repetition, this time of year gets a little rough. But however, there's one thing that adds a lot of value to a musician's life about holiday music, and it is ear training. So when you're training your ear, it's this sort of like mysterious thing, like, oh, how do I just like do that? How do I develop this skill? And it's really hard, like especially when you're going at a Metallica solo and you're like 16 and you're just like, I don't get it. I can't play that fast. I can't hear what he's doing. I can't find that note. And part of that is developing the skill. Now, in all the skills you need in music and really all the skills you need in life, it's not actually about how difficult or how easy something is, but it's how fast our brains can process it. So it's not necessarily that you can't get the notes and you're not able to do it and you lack the ability, but it's that the notes are coming at you too fast and there are too many notes and it's overstimulating. One solution is to either break it down and make it super easy or start with some very easy material. And then you work your way up like that. It's like kind of like when you're building a house of Legos, you got to make the base first and then you got to build up from there and you got to kind of do the thing. I mean, I guess you can do the opposite, but then like your house might be a little opposite. But anyway, not to get too into this. So what I like to use holiday music for is ear training, and let's dive into that. So I'm going to talk about some guitar-centric things for a little bit, but if you play another instrument, like feel free to skip forward. But this applies to all different instruments and no matter what thing you play. So with the guitar, you're going to kind of want to have some kind of limitation. And the reason I say that is because we have this many middle C's. Excuse my poorly intonated guitar. So pick a range, like for example, between the first 4 frets, because that's where we have all the distinct notes. Or you can pick from like frets 5 to 9, something like that. Basically choose a little box and a little area to stick yourself in. So we got that figured out. The next thing you're going to want to do is find out what key you want to play the song in. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter what key you're playing the song in, but you just want to be able to translate ideas in your head into the guitar. This is a little easier than, like, for example, something you just heard because it's in your musical memory, and you'll be able to, 1, correct yourself if you play something wrong, but 2, really hear what notes you're trying to achieve. So, for example, if we take the song Jingle Bells, dun, 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 dun. Sing it first. I know I'm not the greatest singer, and I don't know if you're the greatest singer, but like, just sing it. Don't worry too much about the vocal quality. Just worry about the notes. So, cool. I'm gonna stick in my open position, so we have the open E string. Dun, 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 dun. We have 6 notes already from that one note that we found. So we're already making some progress. Dun, dun. So now you want to find that note. Dun, dun. There we are. So that's the interval of a minor third if you were curious. Do, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So what's good about these kinds of songs is that they don't jump in range that often. If we look at what we have so far, da, 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 that's kind of a big interval. It's a minor third, which is 3 half steps away. Ba, ba, ba. And then we have a 5th here. Ba, da, but C, D, E is just whole steps away from each other. They're not that far in distance. When we're training our ears, it's really good to be able to identify the smaller intervals, because when we jump to the bigger intervals, they're really just combinations of smaller intervals. For example, a minor third is a whole step and a half step. So if you can hear a whole step and you can hear a half step, you can theoretically hear a minor third. You just have to be able to calculate how many whole steps and half steps are in between. But yeah, do that really slowly. I'm going to change the key just to give you a demonstration and try to throw myself off. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba, da, 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 ba, 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 ba. So one thing you might notice is that I'm actually singing the note and then I'm playing the note afterwards. That's a good skill to be able to do, is to be able to hear it in your head before you're playing it. And singing is a good indication of that. I can easily be like, but I might not be necessarily hearing that. I'm just kind of slinging my fingers. We don't have fingers to sling when we're singing. We just have our ears and being able to hit that pitches. Hit those pitches. Hit the... Anyway, so that's a good exercise to do, so that way you can train your ears on something like this. There's also one extra thing, which is reharmonization. Now, essentially what reharmonization is taking the chords of the song and not playing them and making up your own chords. And one way that I like to do that is basically just taking this melody and just inserting random bass notes. I'm gonna go back to the first starting pitch, was now this is kind of in the key of C. So in the key of C, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now we don't necessarily have to stick to that when we're reharmonizing. So essentially what I did there was C in the bass, B in the bass, B flat in the bass, A in the bass. So I basically just went, and then the next note is A flat, G, so I literally just went, for my Twin Peaks fans, you got it. Anyway, you can try simple things like that and just experiment with that, then fill in the chords later. But this is one really cool thing you can do with holiday songs. If you're interested in seeing how this actually sounds and if it's like actually practical, there was an improvisation I did of Jingle Bells where I reharmonized it on the spot. So check that out if you're interested in seeing how that sounds and what you can do with it. But anyway, that's about all I have for you today. Thank you so much. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.